Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your favorite twin here with Abby. She told me not to bother giving her the microphone. She has nothing to say, so I'll spare her that. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and jump right into the next section of Inside Out and Back Again. So let's go ahead and get started. Out the too high window. Green mats of grass in front of every house. Vast windows in front of sealed curtains. Cement lanes where no one walks. Big cars pass not often, not a noise. Clean, quiet loneliness. August 21st. Second rule: add an S to verbs acted by one person in the present tense, even if there's already an S sound nearby. She chooses, he refuses. I'm getting better at hissing, no longer spitting on my forearms. August 22nd. American address. Our cowboy in an even taller hat finds us a house on Princess Anne Road, pays rent ahead 3 months. Mother could not believe his generosity until Brother Kwong says the American government gives sponsors money. Mother is even more amazed by the generosity of the American government until Brother Kwong says it's to ease the guilt of losing the war. Mother's face crinkles like paper on fire. She tells Brother Kwong to clamp shut his mouth. People living on others' goodwill cannot afford political opinions. I inspect our house. 2 bedrooms, one for my brothers, one for mother and me. A washing machine, because no one here will scrub laundry in exchange for a bowl of rice. The stove spews out clean blue flames, unlike the ashy coals back home. What I love best, the lotus pod shower, where heavy drops will massage my scalp as if I were standing in a monsoon. What I don't love, pink sofas, green chairs, plastic cover on a table, stained mattresses, old clothes, unmatched dishes, all from friends of our cowboy. Even at our poorest, we always had beautiful furniture and matching dishes. Mother says be grateful. I'm trying. August 24th. All right, let's go ahead and answer that first question. Why does Mother become annoyed with Brother Kwong? You'll find her response to him in this stanza right here. She tells Brother Kwong to clamp shut his mouth. People living on others' goodwill cannot afford political opinions. If you need a sentence starter, you can use she becomes annoyed with Brother Kwong because blank. All right, let's go ahead and continue. Letter home. As soon as we have an address, Mother writes, all the way to the north, where Father's brother anchors down the family line in their ancestral home. It's the first time Mother has been allowed to contact anyone in the north since the country divided. It'll be the first time Father's brother learns of his disappearance, unless Father has sent word that he's safe after all. I shiver with hope. August 25th. Third rule: always an exception. Do not add an S to certain nouns. 1 deer, 2 deer. Why no S for 2 deer, but an S for 2 monkeys? Brother Kwong says, no one knows. So much for rules. Whoever invented English should be bitten by a snake. August 26th. All right, let's go ahead and answer the next question. How does Ha feel about the English language? This is an inferential question. You're not going to find the answer directly. Um, and no, the answer is not she thinks that the inventor should be bitten by a snake. We need to go deeper than that. What does that show us about how she feels about the English language? So, of course, you can look at these couple of lines right here for clues. So much for rules. Whoever invented English should be bitten by a snake. If you need a sentence starter, you can use she feels that the English language is blank. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Passing time. I study the dictionary because grass and trees do not grow faster just because I stare. I look up, Jane, not listed, sees to eyeball something, spot a stain, run to move really fast, meaning blank eyeball stain move. I throw the dictionary down and ask Brother Kwong. Jane is a name not in the dictionary. Spot is a common name for a dog. Girl named Jane sees dog named Spot run. I can't read a baby book. Who will believe I was reading Nat Lynn? But then, who here knows who he is? August 27th. Nay, not he. Brother Kwong is tired of translating. Our sponsor takes me to register for school alone. As my personal cowboy for the day, he will surely let me ride his horse. I start to climb into his too tall truck, but his two fingers walk in the air. This means I'm to walk to school. Turn right where flowers big as dinner plates grow strangely blue. Turn left where purple fluffy wands arch on tall bushes inviting butterflies. Sweat beads plump up on my cowboy's upper lip. My armpits embarrass me. I must remember to not raise the reins high. We walk and walk on a road where the horizon keeps extending. Finally, we stop at a fat red brick building. Paperwork, paperwork, with a woman who pats my head while shaking her own. I step back, hating pity, having learned from mother that the pity giver feels better, never the pity receiver. On the walk home, I take a deep breath, forcing myself to say, "You, horse, he, I go, go." My personal cowboy shakes his head. I repeat myself and gallop. He scrunches his face. I say, horse, and he, until my throat hurts. We get home. Brother Kwong has to translate after all. No, Mr. Johnston does not have a horse, nor has he ever ridden one. What kind of cowboy is he? To make it worse, the cowboy explains, horses here go, nay, 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 not he. No, they don't. Where am I? August 29th. All right, let's go ahead and answer the next question. Why does Ha think Mr. Johnson? I noticed his name is Johnston. I'm gonna fix that. Why does Ha think Mr. Johnston owns a horse? This is another inferential question. So we know from the stanza, no, Mr. Johnson doesn't have a horse, nor has he ever ridden one. But why does she think that he has? So you're going to have to think back to when Ha and her family were living in Tent City and they watched movies. And a lot of these movies were Western movies. So you have to think, well, Mr. Johnston is dressed like a cowboy, and the first cowboys she ever saw were the ones in movies who had horses and shotguns and did all that. If you need a sentence starter, you can use she thinks Mr. Johnston owns a horse because blank. All right, let's go ahead and finish up the read aloud. Fourth rule. Some verbs switch all over just because. I am, she is, they are, he was, they were. Would be simpler if English and life were logical. August 30th. The outside. Starting tomorrow, everyone must leave the house. Mother starts sewing at a factory. Brother Kwong begins repairing cars. The rest of us must go to school, repeating the last grade left unfinished. Brother Vu wants to be a cook or teach martial arts, not waste a year as the oldest senior. Mother says one word, college. Brother Koi gets an old bicycle to ride, but mother says, I'm too young for one, even though I'm a 10-year-old in the fourth grade when everyone else is 9. Mother says, worry instead about getting sleep because from now on, no more naps. You will eat lunch at school with friends. What friends? You'll make some. What if I can't? You will. What will I eat? What your friends eat. But what will I eat? Be surprised. Hate surprises. Be agreeable. Not without knowing what I'm agreeing to. Mother sighs, walking away. September 1st. All right, let's go ahead and answer that last question. How does Mother respond to Brother Vu's wishes? So you'll find what Brother Vu wishes to be. Uh, he wants to be a cook or to teach martial arts, not waste a year as the oldest senior. Mother says one word, college. So how does she react to what he wants to do with his life? If you would like a sentence starter, you can use she responds to his wishes by blank. All right, everybody, that is it for today's read aloud. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, take care.